Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday. How y'all doing this morning? It's a beautiful morning here in the 757. You know, the mornings start out cold, but we're going to have a wonderful week this week. They've already forecasted the days. We're going to be in the 70s, close to 80s. By the end of the week, it's going to be a beautiful day, and I believe a beautiful week. But y'all know what I'm going to say. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we're rejoicing and we're glad in it. You know, it's funny how God can confirm his word in you. You know, yesterday I was sharing that since we've gotten through with Resurrection Sunday, now what? And the answer was that we as Christians, we need to feed the sheep. That's like Jesus told Peter, he had to feed the sheep. If we love him, we need to feed the sheep. And then when I read my daily bread this morning, the title is Seize the Opportunity. And the main verse, 2 Timothy 4:5, says, do the work of an evangelist. Oh my goodness. I said, now, I didn't even look at this yesterday, but it's just confirming the things that we have to do. And my gem nugget today is we have to do the work. We have to do the work. What kind of work? What this says right here, do the work of an evangelist. And now, don't get scared. Don't get scared. Not asking you to get in the pulpit and be a preacher or anything like that. But we have a mission. We have a mission as Christians. I want to read this little excerpt from our daily bread today because Paul was instructing his young protege, Timothy, in the second chapter of Timothy, in the fourth chapter, 2 Timothy, the fourth chapter. And he started to tell him, he said, preach the word, be prepared in season and out of season, correct, rebuke, and encourage. Now, that's the thing that we forget about, you know, when he tells us to evangelize. We are correcting, we are rebuking, we're teaching, but it's another important thing, part of that is to encourage the believers. I'm going to say a little bit more about that in a minute. He says, correct, rebuke, and encourage with great patience and careful instruction. For the time will come when people will not put up with sound doctrine. Instead, to suit their own desires, they will gather around them a great number of teachers to say what their itching ears want to hear. And that's very true. They will turn their ears away from the truth and turn aside to myths. But you keep your head in all situations. Endure hardship. This thing is not easy. Endure hardship. Do the work of an evangelist. Discharge all the duties of your ministry. And you know, when I read that this morning, it took me back to the time that I was licensed at my former church. And I was the first female to be licensed at the church. And how it happened, I went to my pastor and I said, my husband had already been called to the ministry a couple of years earlier. And then I was satisfied. And then the Lord said, I'm calling you now. I said, wait a minute, Lord, I'm good. I'm good. You know, one preacher in the house is good. He said, no, but I called you, Joel. I called my sons and my daughters to prophesy. I said, okay, I got to obey the call. And so I went to my pastor and I said, Pastor, you got all these sons here. How about a daughter? And he said, oh my. And he said, okay. And so I did my initial sermon and I was licensed. And you know, I noticed on my certificate, and it fit me so well. It wasn't, you really don't need something on paper to go and evangelize and to minister. But it's just one of those things, people not going to let you in their pulpits and things like that unless you got something on paper. But God called me to do this a long time ago. And I think my mother even saw it in me. And my husband always said, his thing is the pulpit ministry in the church. And my calling is what I'm doing right now, evangelizing, go into all the world. Shirley Caesar said, go. And I even noticed on my certificate, it was just ordained. And, the title of this Our Daily Bread was Seize the Opportunity. And the word evangelist and the word opportunity was included on my license. It says certificate of license. This is a certified Gail M. Gilmore has as one who has been given evidence of a calling by God into ministry and they had to complete this one, fill in the blank, as a minister. Oh, I love it. A minister is a servant. Yes, God called me to be a servant. And evangelist. That's what they put on my license. Called by God into ministry as a minister and evangelist, and was licensed to function in ministry as the opportunity may be presented and to exercise God-given gifts in ministry. That was on my license. And that word opportunity to minister and to be an evangelist as the opportunity may be presented. See, the opportunity is always here. We to evangelize. That's why I love this platform of this social media. If I waited for somebody to call me to their pulpit to preach and all that, and I have had my times. I've preached in many pulpits over the year, but this is my passion. This, like I said, go. I don't have to have a pulpit in the church and four walls. We've got to do the work in season and out of season. And I want to sum it up by what it said in the Daily Bread today. Here it is. This is what it says. I highlighted it. Though not all of us are called to be evangelists or preachers, each one of us can play a part in sharing our faith with those around us. Now, these next two statements. Why? Unbelievers are perishing without Christ. Let me say that again. Unbelievers are perishing without Christ. Perishing means dying, y'all. Let me say it one more time. Unbelievers are perishing without Christ. And then for the believers need strengthening and encouragement. See, that's the other side of evangelism, is to strengthen and encourage the believers. That's what it's all about. And it says, with God's help, let's proclaim his good news whenever, not just at a set time, not just on Sundays, not just when you're invited to come somewhere and speak, and whenever and wherever, on this track, on this social media, whenever and wherever we can. Oh yeah, we got some work to do, y'all. We've got to put the work in because it's crucial. And I just thank God for his call on my life to be an evangelist. And we all need to be an evangelist. See, like I said yesterday, you are living epistles bread of men. You are preaching through the way that you carry yourself, the way you talk on the job. It's not about all these doctrines and all this type of thing. We've got to preach life. We've got to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. Because I'm saying, what did it just say? Unbelievers are perishing without Christ. We see it every day. So we got some work to do, y'all. All this other stuff, arguing and denominations and this and that, that's no time for that. We just got to evangelize and tell the people, what does it say? Correct. This word is to correct, to rebuke, and to encourage. Let's put in the work. Let's do the work of an evangelist. It's like it says, go. Just don't get scared. That word, oh Lord, I'm gonna have to get involved here. No, just share. First of all, Christ through your life. That's the best sermon that there could be. Your life. You know, a lot of times when people funerals, you can, like my husband said the other day, you know, he had to preach a funeral. He ain't put nobody in heaven, nobody in hell. Actually, they preach their own funeral. The preaching and all of that is for the living. Another opportunity to evangelize. Oh my goodness. All right, tonight, it continues Church School Live, bringing the lesson, the weekly lesson from the International Sunday School Series, Jesus Cooks Breakfast. Y'all better tune in with me. I'm evangelizing y'all. Y'all probably didn't know that Jesus cooks. Just like you didn't know he brews. Oh no, okay, that's a joke too. The book Hebrews, I saw that joke somewhere. He brews, but tonight is Jesus Cooks Breakfast. Y'all, if y'all saw my story today, y'all see the announcement of the lesson tonight, and I know y'all hear the fish sizzling. The fish is sizzling. But anyway, join me tonight for Church School Live, 7 p.m. I know you subscribe to the Gem Nugget. I know you're going to tune in on Facebook Live if you need to. I just love this thing called evangelizing. I really do. But tune in with me tonight. Can y'all see this background? Look at it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But don't forget, we've got some work to do. We've got some work to do. And that we got to do, like Shirley Caesar said, go. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Because unbelievers are dying without Christ. Bye-bye.